I feel like people will feel like they can't trust her. I think that's kind of the genius of the psychological thriller aspect. I think you've got three protagonists that you want to trust, think you know, but don't quite know, therefore can't trust and question.
I'm assuming you didn't film it in sequence.
No.
So then, on top of that, if it's a show where things are happening all the time, and you only realise perhaps if you watch it on a second viewing, then how was that then as a performance for you?
Oh God, I mean, to be honest, I think it was kind of worse for continuity. But we called it the vortex. And if you overspoke a scene too much, that was hell. So you kind of just had to. Me and Ewan used to say, if in doubt, just play neutral. Play neutral. Give nothing away. But yeah, it was really interesting. It's like playing a game of chess.
Are you a good chess player?
I used to be, actually. I used to be at junior school, but I've not played it for years. So
what was the quickest match you ever won? How many least amount of moves?
I don't know, but I did have a little trophy when I was young.
I mean, she's someone who is in care of a child, and something horrible happens. Mm-hmm. How did you approach that? Did you speak to anyone? Did you speak to anyone who kind of been through that? Did you want to speak to anyone who'd been through that to get a sense of how that would feel?
No, I didn't. I kind of very much used the book and the script, and I guess I just tried to kind of. It's like imagining the unimaginable, really, and in a way approached it from I guess it wasn't cerebral. I tried to approach it very much from losing something physically, like it was very much a physical reaction to losing something physically attached to you, as opposed to, cerebral or a different kind of love. But I mean, it was one of those interesting things because I'm not a mum at all, and so much of this piece is about being a mum and that very much that primal bond between mother and baby.
So how did you find switching that off?
Switching it off was weirdly, I think because it was so long, the shoot. I mean, we kind of shot over 16 weeks. And in a way, it's such an emotional marathon from postnatal depression, post-traumatic stress, through the series of events that happen. It was kind of, I guess, through, the kind of hours that you shoot for. The moment you had the opportunity to switch off, you switch off so that you can then get back into work the next day. And otherwise, I think you'd just be so exhausted. So surprisingly, it was weirdly easy. And between the scenes was kind of just giddy. Like, I think it was like light relief, just incredibly giddy.
Just to break the tension, just to bring it back to earth?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's so dark. So I think, we just ended up having a right old laugh, really. I mean,
it must have been kind of weird to be in a place like that, Australia, near Melbourne.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful part of the world, and then dealing with such a story, the contrasts of place and situation.
Yeah. It's what makes it really interesting. And then obviously you cut back to Glasgow as well, which has such a different visual. So the two kind of sparring visuals is really interesting as well.
I mean, do you have a Scottish accent in this?
No, I wish I did. Nearly did, but then there was a lot of talk. There was a lot of talk about being closer, obviously without an accent on top, and also having Glasgow feel like a much more cosmopolitan city. There's quite a few Scottish actors in it, but let's see. My Scottish accent might not.
So Capaldi wasn't on speed dial, and you didn't say, could you just give me a few lines? I just want to get my head in the space.
Yeah.
And just
do you mind recording all of my lines, Peter, and sending them to me? Thank you.
and just finally, there is a sort of mysterious element to the events of this. Mm-hmm. Are you good at sussing out those kind of books or programs where there is something not quite right? Are you good at deducing?
I wouldn't particularly say it's my speciality, unlike chess.